The last episode, we saw how Princess Lily discovered a tiny, injured dragon hiding deep within the forest near the royal garden. She named him Zephyr and nursed him back to health with compassion and care. Over time, they formed an unbreakable bond. Zephyr grew strong, and together they explored the skies, discovering the beauty of the kingdom. However, danger often lurked, testing the strength of their friendship. A day without Zephyr 1. Bright morning, Princess Lily decided to take a walk through the village market to meet the people of her kingdom. "You stay here and rest, Zephyr. I'll be back soon," she said, stroking his shimmering emerald scales. Zephyr chirped softly in agreement, curling up near the castle gardens for a nap. He trusted Lily would be safe in the familiar streets of Rosewood. As Lily wandered through the bustling market, she greeted the villagers, bought fresh flowers, and played with children. The streets were alive with music and laughter, but unnoticed by her, a group of shady figures was watching her closely. "These royal brats fetch a hefty ransom," one of the men whispered. Another nodded, eyes glinting with greed. The princess is captured. Before Lily could realize what was happening, the robbers surrounded her, pulling a dark hood over her head to prevent her from screaming. They bound her hands and quickly dragged her into a waiting horse-drawn wagon hidden behind the marketplace. "No one will know until we're far away," one robber chuckled as the wagon began to move, rumbling down a hidden forest path. Lily struggled, her heart pounding. She tried to scream, but the hood muffled her cries. "Zephyr, help me," she whispered, hoping somehow her friend would hear. Zephyr learns of Lily's capture back at the castle. Zephyr stirred from his nap. Something felt wrong. The usually joyful air around the castle seemed heavy. He glanced toward the horizon, his sharp instincts sensing trouble. Just then, a little boy from the market ran into the gardens, breathless and panicked. "The princess! She's been taken!" he shouted, pointing toward the forest. Zephyr's emerald eyes flared with rage and determination. Without wasting a moment, he spread his powerful wings and took to the skies. He soared over the forest, his keen eyes scanning every path, every shadow, until he spotted the wagon moving through the trees. Zephyr to the rescue as the robbers laughed and planned how much ransom they would demand. A deafening roar echoed through the forest. The ground shook as Zephyr descended from the sky, his wings beating fiercely. "What is that?" one of the robbers screamed, dropping his dagger as Zephyr landed with a thunderous crash in front of the wagon. His scales glowed like molten emeralds, and flames flickered from his nostrils. Zephyr roared, his voice shaking the trees. The robbers froze, their greed quickly replaced by terror. "It's a dragon! Run!" one yelled, leaping from the wagon and bolting into the woods. The others followed, stumbling over themselves in their desperation to escape. Zephyr's fiery breath engulfed the wagon's wheels, stopping it in its tracks. He tore the wooden frame apart with his claws, careful not to harm Lily. The princess, still bound and hooded, felt the wagon lurch and splinter. "Zephyr?" she called out, hope flooding her voice. Zephyr gently nudged her, burning away the ropes with a controlled flick of his fiery breath. He removed the hood with his claw, revealing Lily's tearful face. "You came for me," she whispered, wrapping her arms around his neck. Zephyr let out a soft rumble, his way of saying, "Always." Returning home, with Lily safely on his back, Zephyr took off into the sky, gliding gently toward the castle. When they landed, the villagers cheered, having heard of the dragon's bravery. From that day forward, Zephyr became more than just Lily's companion. He became her guardian. The bond between the princess and her dragon grew even stronger, and no one dared to threaten the princess again. Their adventures continued, but they were always vigilant, knowing that the world could be dangerous. Yet with Zephyr by her side, Lily felt safe and unstoppable. Their story became a legend, a tale of courage, loyalty, and the unbreakable bond between a princess and her little dragon.